Today, if you read, tomorrow you will lead. Reading gives us the power of thoughts, words, and that of distinguishing between right and wrong. Reading lays strong foundation of education. Best thoughts in best words are here in the books. Books are the identity of the learners. Time spent with our good books in the time spent for enrichment. Books enthuse and amuse the readers.
Which letter is this?
This is uppercase B.
Identify the picture.
This is B for branch. A for apple, B for ball, C for cat, D for dog, A for elephant.
Which letter is this?
G.
Which letter is this?
O.
Which letter is this?
Uppercase A.
Which letter is this?
Lowercase B. B. A. G. Bag. C. A. T. Cat. E for apple. A for X. E for aeroplane.
Which letter is this?
B. B for bag. B for bird. B for ball.
Very good.
B bag. C ticket. B dad. मेरी पॉकेट और यहाँ देखो बहुत सारे गैजेट्स है। आप हम लोग मैं भी कहीं जा सकता हूँ। मेरे पास है अनलिमिटेड डोर जिससे कहीं भी जा सकता हूँ। क्या आप मेरे साथ चलेंगे? तो चलिए। Spider-Man is a robot that it lives with its friends named Nobita. भीम की शक्ति धूम मचाए, इतना पाए छोटा भीम, छोटा भीम, छोटा भीम, छोटा भीम। सामने कोई इतना पाए छोटा भीम, छोटा भीम। The best friend. Doraemon likes Dora cake. पकड़ो इस बच्चे को, बच्चा मत समझना हमको। शिवा, शिवा नाम है मेरा। शिवा, 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 शिवा। बाइस्कार, I am छोटा भीम। भीम, राजू, चुटकी, राजू, जग्गू, कालिया, डोरू, भोलू। छोटा भीम का लड्डू फेवरेट है। Today I am reading a panorama story named The Honest Woodcutter. Once there lived a poor woodcutter. He used to cut trees in the forest and sell them in the market. आज मैं आपको स्टोरी सुनाने जा रही हूँ। स्टोरी का नाम है The Selfish Dog. Once there was a farmer. He had a large farm where he kept many animals. The farmer had a bow and a dog the bow helped. Long ago there was a jungle full of wild animals. I am reading a story. The story name is The Cat Seller and the Monkeys. A cat seller lived in a village. Every day he walked to many towns. The fox, F-O-X, fox, E-N-T, and the crow. One day, Coco the crow was flying. A poor woodcutter has his name was Ramu. Golu and Molu were fast friends. Golu was a lean and thin boy. Namaskar, I am Sita, wife of Shri Ram. O mortal Ravan, I love and like only Prabhu Shri Ram. None other than him can impact on me. Oh, why remember this? At heart you cannot face Shri Ram's arrows. Hi students, I am a Mickey Mouse. I am funny cartoon character. I appeared in 1928. She is Minnie Mouse. My best friend is Minnie Mouse. Hello, I am Frozen Elsa. I have two power of Frozen. I am Indumati. My country is Golapur. My friend name is Chutti, Raju, Bhim, Dolu, Molu, Kalia. Hello friends, I am Pari.
I am Fly.
I am flying in the sky. Hi, I am Barbie. My name is Kiara and I am pop star. I want to sing a song for you. बन गई हूँ माना जो नहीं चाहिए और कुछ मुझको छा गई हूँ सारी दुनिया पर बन के सितारा दिखो. Hello friends, I am Princess Bella and I am very beautiful.
Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was a scientist and India's 11th president. He was the pioneer of India's missile and nuclear weapons program. He will always be remembered as the missile man of India. APJ Abdul Kalam was born on 15th October 1931 in Rameshwar, Tamil Nadu. He came from a humble family background and started working at an early age to support his family. After school, he sold newspapers to support his father.
Everyone had gathered for the big day, the wedding of Miss Taylor. Turley was an event that every turtle within 100 yards vowed not to miss. Once there was a huge forest where many animals lived. In the same forest lived a lion who called himself the king of the animals. He killed many animals every day for his food and they all were very scared of him. They lived constantly in fear and were scared to come out of their homes. They also wanted to keep their children away from the lion. One day, they had a meeting to discuss this problem. A wise old rabbit stood up and suggested a plan. Everyone liked this plan very much.
They lived in forest. A crane and a fox, they were good friends. They used to kill small creatures and share food together. Once day the crane invited the fox to his house for dinner. The fox did not eat anything during the day because he thought that his friend must have arranged a good feast.
The magical door. Once upon a time, there was a girl, her name Bella. She lived in Bhopal. In their family, there are 7 people. Her mother, his father, his brother, his uncle, her auntie, her grandmother, and one small sister.
One day, Bella searched her pen in her room. She saw one door in corner of her size.
A boy named Raj was upset because he had done poorly in his English test. He was sitting in his room when his grandmother came and comforted him. His grandmother sat beside him and gave him a pencil. Raj looked at his grandma puzzled and said he didn't deserve a pencil after his performance in the test. The whispering pants. Puri was a little girl with big brown eyes. She lived with her parents in a beautiful coconut grove next to a small blue lake. Every morning, she balanced an empty basket on her head as she walked down to the lake. Her mother followed with the laundry, and her father brought the big fishing net. Her mother washed the clothes on a stone knife.
There was a dog that was very hungry. He searched for food everywhere and at last he found a bone. He picked the bone with his mouth and started going back to his home. There was a bridge on the way to his home. When he started crossing it, he saw his reflection in the water.
They had just arrived in Bombay. The school was still closed, so when Mummy began going to office, he stayed at home. Of course, Mummy was not happy to leave him alone, but what else could she do?
Hello, good morning, my wonderful professor. I am cartoon character of Charges of 3. My brain chart is computer and laptop. Bye children. I am a cartoon character Krish, and I am here to protect you all and my country from every enemy.
Hello everyone, I am Shizuka. वाओ नोबिता, आज मुझे तुम्हारे साथ शॉपिंग करने में बहुत अच्छा लगा। मैं कल तुम्हारे लिए कुकीज बनाऊंगी। ओके बाय। हेलो नोबिता, मैंने कुकीज बना ली है। खाने आ जाओ। मॉम, मैंने अपना होमवर्क कर लिया। मैं गार्डन जा रही हूँ। बाय मॉम।
This is written by Ruskin Bond. The name of the book is The Blue Umbrella and the name of the author is Ruskin Bond. He is an Indian author of British descent. He lives in Lander, Missouri in India. He born in Kasuli in 19 May 1934. His currently age is 86 years. He had got 2 awards, Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan.
This was the first page, the front page that I had prepared of the sketch of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam and the Wings of Fire. The name of the story, the name of the book is Wings of Fire, and the name of the author is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Abul Pakir Jalaluddin Abdul Kalam was an Indian aerospace scientist and politician who served as the 11th President of India from 2002 to 2007. He was born and raised in Rameshwaram in Tamil Nadu and studied physics and aerospace his numerous awards. The two are the highest honors of India, the Padma Vibhushan in 1990 and the Bharat Ratna in 1997.
The author of these books is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. It has been published by Universities Press. Awal Pakir Jaloluddin Abdul Kalam was also known as the Missile Man of India, was one of the nation's most distinguished scientists. Dr. Kalam was a great teacher, scientist, author and professor. He served as the 11th President of India between 2002 and 2007. He was honored many precious and prestigious awards, but also he honored India's three highest civilian awards, the Bharat Ratna, the Padma Bhushan and the Padma Vibhushan.
The book I have read is Around the World in 80 Days. Around the World in 80 Days is an adventurous novel by French writer Jules Verne, first published in 1873, but actually it was published in French in 1872.
So, the title of the book is Black Beauty Novel. It was published in 1837 and the author of the book is Anne Swell. Few lines about the author. The author can't walk properly from her one leg, so she used horses to go from one place to another, and thus she used to ride in a horse in her whole life, and thus she expressed the experiences that she have felt that horses faced.
The Magic of Lost Temple, which was written by Sudha Murthy. The name of the book is The Magic of the Lost Temple. The name of the author is Sudha Murthy. She is an Indian engineering teacher, Kannada, Marathi and English author as well as a social worker. She is also the chairperson of the Infos Foundation. She is the wife of the co-founder of Infosys and Narayan Murthy.
Name of the author is Charles Dickens. Few lines about author is he was an English writer. He was some of the world's best known fictional characters and is regarded novelist of the Victorian era. The theme of the book is crime, poverty, institution and class.
The name of my book is Uncle Tom's Cabin. Its author was Harriet Beecher Stowe. Few lines about the author. Harriet Elizabeth Beecher Stowe was born in 1811. She was American abolitionist and author also. Her family was very religious and famous family. Genre of the book. Uncle Tom's Cabin or Life Among the Lowly is an anti-slavery book published and written by Harriet Beecher Stowe in 1852. Nuggets of learning. Slave marriages were not real for American law and thus family were separated.
This is my book review. Format to write a book review. Name of the book. Name of the authors. Few lines about author. Theme of the book. Language used in the book. Quality of pages. Genre of the book. Why you recommend this book for reading to others.
The name of my book is The Last Leaf and the name of the author from the book is O. Henry. Few lines about the author. Original name of the author is William Sidney Porter. He is an American short movie writer and story writer also. His stories were surprise ending. Theme of the book is the main theme in this story is selflessness and sacrifice. When Brahman finds out that Jhansi is convinced that she will die once, the last levy leaf falls. Brahman selfly gets out the rain snow in the middle of the night to paint the levy leaf to the brick wall.
This is a book jacket of my story. Story begins with a school. In a school, there are 3 sections, and in those 3 sections, there are so many students who don't want to study. After 1 year, students were separated. The students who don't want to study were separated, and there was one more section added, section D, and in that section, those students were added. There were so many teachers for them to study, but no one wants them to study because they do very bad behavior.
Topic of the story is the tale of the pencil. A boy named Raj was upset because he has done poorly in his English test. He was sitting in his room when his grandmother came and comforted him. His grandmother sat beside him and gave him a pencil. Raj looked at his grandmother puzzled and said he didn't deserve a pencil after his performance in test.
My story's name is A Glass of Milk. Once upon a time there lived a young boy who was very poor. He did job to be able to buy his daily food and go to school. One day after school, the boy was very hungry. Boy said, I don't have money today and I have no job. Playing up till the night.
First, name of the book, The Special Prize. Second, name of the author, Anandadev Sharma. Third, few lines about the author. The Special Prize book written by Anandadev Sharma. He was a grateful writer who wrote many books regarding knowledge and moral. Fourth, theme of the book. This story about how easily we tend to misjudge people based on a few of the actions without understand the reasons and situations behind the actions.
The topic of this story is a limit of your kindness. Now I started. Recently Stephen had a car accident, so he put his car on the garage out the repair work. Since he had go to the job daily, he decided that until car is ready, he will travel by the metro train.
There are some who inspired few, and there are very rare ones who inspired the entire generation. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was the rare one who inspired the entire generation. He was a teacher, a president from 2002 to 2007, and a great scientist. He was my biggest inspiration. He inspired me a lot many ways. His values that inspired me a lot are that he was always be prepared, he was always be courageous and think differently, he was always be humble, he never give up, and he connect with people.
The first and foremost person who comes to my mind is Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi was born on 2nd October 1869. He is called Mahatma because Mahatma means great soul, and that was very true also. He is the person who inspires me the most. The main reason why I am inspired by Gandhiji was because of his philosophy of non-violence and truth. He used non-violence to free India from the British rule. His idea of satyagraha emphasized the power of truth and the need to search for truth.
For me, the most inspiring person is great Nelson Mandela. He had left a long-lasting legacy of forgiveness and reconciliation. There's a lot of things which we can learn from the life of Nelson Mandela. The most inspiring thing about him is that he never gave up. He believed that life is the another name of struggle. The pathway he chose for the freedom of his people is full of struggles, but the thing is that he never gave up.
So, Dr. Kalam inspired me the most. We all know about that Dr. Kalam. Dr. Kalam is popularly known as Missile Man of the India. He was born on 15 October 1931 in Rameswaram, Tamil Nadu. He has been an inspiration to many youngsters. His strength and personalities of characters energized many people. His contributions have brought out the countries in the group of nuclear nations, and he was the driving force behind the country's defense technologies. He was an engineer and scientist also, and who also served the nations as the 11th President of the India from 2002 to 2007.
My inspiration, Mr. Ratan Tata. not because of his property, but as he rich, he is that simple person, and he always help poor. He is the man who stand with his country at any conditions. One soldier province is to defend the country at the situation of war. But one businessman want to earn more and more money. But he is not like that. Mr. Ratan Tata had rejected Pakistan government multi-crore offer.
Esteemed parents, good morning to all of you. A few days before, here at our school, we celebrated Literacy Week. All the children of different classes, they performed wonderful activities. And then there were other children who presented themselves as different characters of famous books, and some of them even presented themselves as characters which were taken from scriptures. And there were students who delivered speeches on wonderful heroes of the world whose biographies they must have read. So it was a wonderful exercise which was conducted here at the school. The primary purpose of this exercise was to strengthen the reading ability of our children. Through this exercise, it was not that the students' reading ability was assessed. Rather, the objective was to promote interest in reading, to strengthen the bonding of students with books. If this bonding between students and books is strong, then definitely students, they'll be getting word power, they'll be able to understand the content of the books, they'll be able to understand all those notes which are given to them by their teachers in their class. They will develop interest in visiting libraries. They'll be making good use of school's library. And if this bonding is strong, if this reading ability is strong, then only literacy is possible. So it is reading which is at the root of literacy. If this reading is weak, literacy is not possible, as understanding of the content is not possible. If this reading is weak, understanding of the content of notebooks is not possible. So it is very essential that we, the teachers, and you, the parents, make efforts to strengthen this reading ability of our children. This celebration of Literacy Week was a step in the same direction. But I believe that merely by conducting all these activities for the celebration of Literacy Week, the real objective will not be achieved. Real objective will be achieved when students in their busy hours, in their leisure hours, stay connected with books. Books are the real identity of all the students. When this fact is understood by the students and they start enjoying this identity, definitely their reading ability will become strong. So make sure that our students spend maximum of their time with books. No doubt these days they are learning using online tools. Despite all this, so far as books are concerned, they are not to be ignored. So this is my appeal to all the parents, in which you will find different students presenting their presentations, giving their presentations on different activities related with reading. So please enjoy the video and give your blessings to the students. And one thing we are not to forget, that those who read today, they are the ones who lead tomorrow. So convey our blessings to the children. Thank you.